30-second jump. Boom. Here we go. We in here.
What's going on?
Got my dog back, man.
Yes, sir.
AB back in the building, man. It's Monday. We haven't been together since last Monday. I'll let y'all on Thursday. We had some fun, but glad to have my dog back, man. I was vacay.
Man, it was needed, man. Relax. On the beach, man. Had some good drinks, man. Cigar. So it was
Ooh, what
good, man.
you smoking on, man? I told you and I asked you and Weez to put me on, man. You get on the cigar
Man,
game, man.
yeah, I'm on the I started off with the Monte Cristos, but now I'm on the My Father's Padrones.
Okay, I know about Padrones.
Yeah, Placencias, So just been tapping into it a little bit more.
That last one sound expensive.
Nah,
What
it's
was
a
the
good
last one?
Placencia. It's a good smoke though.
Yeah, the harder it is to pronounce. Yeah, buddy. Well, yeah, man, we back, man. Man to man
How,
pod. I'm one half of the pod. Darius Butler got my co-host back with me, Antoine Bethea.
what's good?
You know, what's today? Today is Monday, May 17th. A lot going on in the sports world. NHL hockey, playoff hockey started. My Florida Panthers. I know you knew I was a big Florida Panthers fan, right?
Oh, man, here you go.
big
Here you
hockey guy.
go.
But we lost last night 5-4. Great game though against the Lightning. NHL playoffs or Stanley Cup playoffs. What else we got? WNBA just kicked off. They're
Yep.
off to a hot start. The NBA, the play-in games are set. We was talking about that last episode. But then NFL, got some teams reporting for OTAs today. Some vets, some rookies, and there's been a lot of talk around that, but we'll get into that a little later in the show, man. But how you feel about these play-in games we got coming up?
Man, I'm
NBA.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this Lakers and Golden State, man. Steph and LeBron, they're gonna go at it. Obviously, Steph is playing at a high level right now, MVP level right now. LeBron fooled y'all, you know what I mean? He came back jumping, catching the alleys and everything. So I'm excited for that one. But I'm excited for the play-in, man. It's kind of NFL how NFL play is.
Yeah.
Once you get to that, it's one and done. You got to come with your A game. And I know it's been a lot of talk as far as which sport is it harder to get a chip in. But I mean, obviously, I think in the NBA, a game of
Get a little
seven,
taste of that.
yeah, a game of seven, the best team gonna win. But now this play in, sure, you gotta come to play.
Yeah, it's win or go home out the gate. So that'd be crazy. You think this will impact LeBron legacy at all if he loses this game and don't make it into the offs? If he loses it against Steph at that,
impact his legacy. Like I think his legacy. I think his legacy is set, man. That's just me. Maybe I'm just a Brown fan. And I appreciate what he's done. But I think people will try to, but I don't think so. I think his legacy is set, in my opinion.
I mean, I believe so as well. I think his legacy is set right now. Regardless how you feel about it, I think most basketball players would probably put him at second best all time after MJ. And then some people, it's 1A, 1B, and some people is LeBron is that guy. So
right.
I think that will affect that conversation as far as, because we only focus on MJ's 6 titles and nothing else. But that'll be, and this will be the first time I think LeBron will be, would this even count of getting booted out of the first round of the playoffs?
Yeah.
He's never lost in the first round, but man, this would be crazy. So that's one game, 7-8 on the West Coast, Western Conference. The other game, the Grizzlies and the Spurs. That's probably the least amount of excitement in the playoffs.
But I think the
Right now,
playing,
at
man,
least.
I think the playing gives it that excitement though. Just
Yeah.
like because guys gonna be out there playing their best and playing their butt off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this playing gives it what it lacks as far as maybe team wise, but just where what they're playing for, I think it gives a lot more excitement.
We got a little May Madness, and then on the Eastern Conference, 9 and 10, you got the Pacers and the Hornets, and then 7-8, you got Boston and the Wizards. The Wizards. So if Boston lose this game,
Hey, it's a wrap for them.
I know we talked about it earlier in the season, but does Stevens get a pass? They've been in the Eastern Conference Finals 2-3 times under his tenure. Jaylen Brown's out. I don't think they should be in this position personally, but Kemba dealt with some injuries this year. You think Brad Stevens gets a pass if they lose this game or lose in the first round of playoffs, or you think it's a wrap if they lose the game?
What's the motto, man?
No excuses, no explanations.
Hey, man, you got to get the job done. We got to get the job done. As we all know, injuries come with the game. Regardless of what professional sport you're playing, injuries come with the game. Everybody has injuries. Every team has injuries. Every team is battling through stuff, man. So no excuse, no explanations, man. I just think with all the talent that's on that roster, individual talent, somehow, some way, man, you got to be able to bring that together and do more with what they have. That's my opinion.
All right. You're usually patient. Usually the patient one between us, but you're saying it's over with.
I'm definitely patient. But I'm not sure. Like, what else? What else are you going to do? Like, you need another piece added to that? I don't know what else you will do in that situation, and I don't think they can get that much. They can get better, obviously. Having them on the floor more together, but I don't think they'll get that much better with what they have. I think something has to give. Whether it's a coach, whether it's one of them key players leaving.
It ain't gonna be Tatum, you know that.
Nah, it's not gonna be Tatum, but I just don't think that's the equation right now. I don't think that's the formula for winning.
Three plus Coach Stevens, you think they peaked? Basically, what it sounds like.
Yeah,
you got to switch something up. I can see that. I think he might get bailed out, honestly, because Brown's hurt. He has, like I said, I think he has 3 conference finals appearances. Even though he didn't get over that hump, he got 3. I feel like Ainge kind of takes a little bit of accountability as far as the rosters and what's missing on it. But we'll see though. But I think he's gonna keep his job. I know we talked about it earlier in the season about him losing it if they underachieve, which they did. But I think he keeps his job for another year.
Yeah,
my opinion at least.
We're gonna see. Yeah.
But who you got in that game though?
Who they got? Who Boston got?
It's Boston and Washington.
And I'm gonna go with Washington.
You're going with Washington. I'm taking Washington as well in that one. And then you got the Pacers and the Hornets.
I'm
going Hornets. Damn, sorry, Indy.
Yeah, man. It's love, man. Yeah. It's a lot going on over there.
A lot going on right now.
A lot going on, yeah. So I'm definitely gonna go Hornets.
We got Memphis and the Spurs.
Memphis.
I'm going with the Spurs on that one. Going to Spurs. Let's go, Rudy. Let's go, Rudy. It was watching that Grizzlies Warriors game. Like, they didn't respect his outside jumper at all. Like, he's definitely gonna have to work on that going forward. Dynamic player, great player to watch, but he got
sure.
He got to get a legit jumper from out there. So I'm going with the Spurs in that one.
Definitely got to open the game up.
Got to for sure. And then Lakers Warriors.
I'm going Lakers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't jump off now. You know what I'm saying? I've been rocking with him. I can't jump off now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Lakers.
That's true.
Steph, I know Steph. He's in his bag right now.
He's deep in
And
his.
it's
I'm going Warriors, man. I'm going Warriors. I don't know. I don't know why, but I'm going Warriors. But let's say you're right, and the Lakers do win that, and they matched up with the Suns in the first round. Because I picked if that matchup was to happen, I'm taking the Suns coming out of the West. So I will go with the Suns,
and I'm
led by
going
Chris Paul over LeBron-led Lakers.
I'm going Lakers.
You going Lakers in that matchup if it
I'm,
happens?
I'm going Lakers, man.
Ooh.
I'm going Lakers, man. Bron, AD.
Oh no, man, they just don't look. LeBron looked good last night though.
Hey, man, y'all let LeBron fool
He
y'all,
looked good
man.
last night. He limped a little bit towards the end, but I think he
Of
playing a little
course,
possum.
that's gonna make the story even better. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make the
AD is who I
story
worry
better.
about though.
Yeah.
AD is who I worried about. Who I worry about. Before we move on from the basketball stuff, obviously the end of the regular season is here. We gotta get some awards out, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get some awards out. So we'll start with let's start with Coach of the Year. Who's your Coach of the Year this year?
Don't let me butcher his name, but out in New
Uh-oh.
York, man, with the Knicks.
Okay, Knicks, I believe 4 seed. Oh, I think they might be
4 seed.
Ooh.
Thibodeau.
They happy too. Tom
I mean,
Thibodeau.
as they should. I don't think anybody at the beginning of the season would have had New York Knicks, the 4 seed in the East. And if you did, you lying.
Well, you're a Knicks fan. I don't even think they. I
Even if you
was
a
about to
Knicks
say.
fan,
I don't
yeah.
even think they had a 4. But
Even
that's
if
a
you a
good pick.
Knicks
That's a good
fan,
pick.
yeah. Who
That's
you
a good
got?
pick. I'm going with Monty Williams out there
Okay.
in Phoenix. I'm heavy on this Suns train. They got hot obviously last year in the bubble, and look like they haven't really looked back. Obviously brought CP3 over. This his last, I think his last real op to get a chip, man. And he'll have to knock probably LeBron off to get it. But yeah, I'm going Monty Williams out there in Phoenix.
Okay.
That's two good
Okay.
ones though. I can't argue with
Yeah.
the other one.
I can't
What
argue with
about
MVP.
MVP?
MVP. That's tough. I'm gonna go with Joel.
Embiid?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
Maybe.
Embiid, man. He made some. I think he made some major strides in his game. He
For
got
sure.
the Sixers. They the 1 seed.
1 seed, yep.
They got the Sixers of the 1 seed, man. With Doc coming over. I love what he been doing, man.
Yeah, he
The
missed
best.
some time. He missed some time, but before he went out, he was definitely on top of that MVP ladder for
Yeah.
sure. Joker, what you said?
Now I was about to say the best big in the game right now.
Yeah, best big in the game for sure. Well, some people would debate is that Joker
Yeah, it's up for the debate. I mean, it's just my personal opinion. I think Joel is,
best
but
big in the game.
right now, yeah. But
Okay, so
Joker
that's over
is.
AD, over AD, over Greek Freak.
Is you
Over
consider Greek Freak a
Greek Freak
big?
he is a center. Yeah, he is a center that can handle the ball.
Greek Freak ain't. Well, I mean, I got
Greek
Joel
Freak
and
was
B. I'm
well.
standing on mine.
Okay, if he's healthy, I mean, like I said, when he was out there healthy, he was number one on that MVP ladder. I'm going with no, I can't go. I gave it realistically speaking, I think Joker will win it because he has carried his team, had a good team, had a good year. Obviously lost Murray, but he's carried the team, and the international player. I think NBA they want to make the game international. That'd be 3 international players in a row. I see him winning it, but I think most deserving is Steph because I mean, if you really talking about most valuable player to his team, it's Steph. But they playing in the 8 seed, so he probably won't get it. But what he's done this year has been crazy. So I'm still
No, for
rocking
sure.
with Steph. I'm giving it to Steph, but I think the Joker, since he did play, he didn't miss a bunch of time like Joel did. I think he'll end up. I think he'll end up getting it. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll
We
see. I
shall
can
see.
respect that. I can respect
So you
that.
win. You win Embiid. I win Joker.
MB. Yep. Your six man of the year.
Jordan Clarkson out there with the Jazz. Out there with the Jazz. I'm going Jordan Clarkson, man. He took some steps this year, getting the boys instant offense off the bench. Who you got?
Hey, I'm going D Rose. D Rose. I'm back in New York with the Knicks, man. D Rose. He give you some flashes of the MVP D Rose. You know what I mean? Able to come over, get him some veteran presence on the court, some veteran leadership. He's been doing his thing.
Yeah, man. I love to see D Rose back in his bag, hitting big shots down the stretch. Yeah, I love that one. But so D Rose, your six man. Jordan Clarkson, my six man. Who else we got?
Most
defensive
improved
player of the year.
Okay, go ahead. Defensive player of the year. Let's go most improved. I think I'm gonna go Julius Randle.
Now, yeah,
I'm gonna
out there in New York.
In New York.
Yeah.
All right, bet. So defensive player of the year. Who you got?
He damn near could be in that MVP combo, Julius Randle. But defensive player of the year, I'm going Ben Simmons out there in Philly. A monster on defense, big, fast, athletic. Give you a lot to want on the offensive end. But defensively, give you everything you want out there, perimeter, down low, everywhere. So I'm going Ben Simmons, defensive player of the year.
I think Rudy Gobert could always be in that conversation.
Always.
I don't know, man. I might have to agree with you on this one. Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons been doing his thing on the defensive side of the defensive end this year.
Greek Freak will probably be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Who else is in the conversation this year? Somebody I feel like I'm missing. I don't know. I should say.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
But yeah, I'm going Ben Simmons.
All right.
Oh, Ben Simmons. Appreciate that subscription, Sean. Who else we got? We got any questions, comments in before we get off of basketball?
Man. So I think New York, you'll see New York Knicks in a lot of these awards, postseason awards, in my opinion.
You say a lot of the Knicks?
Yeah.
You pick Rose and Randall.
Rose, Randall, and Coach.
Oh, and the coach. Damn. So you got to hit on one of those.
Yeah, I got to hit at least on one. Sure, rookie of the year.
Oh, shit.
Rookie of the year.
This was tough, man. I be going back and forth.
It's
LaMelo
tough.
Ball. I gotta go. I'm gonna stick with LaMelo. Yeah, he just took he showed up and he was, he lived up to the hype. He was Showtime. He was box office from the jump. Edwards struggled out of the gate, but as soon as LaMelo went down, that's when Edwards kind of took off in his game. So I wouldn't be mad at a co-MVP because he carried it while LaMelo was out and LaMelo came back, obviously. But if I had to pick one, I'm going LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one as well. LaMelo.
Yeah.
Melo out here in Charlotte holding it down.
And somebody asked, Van, can y'all give us finals picks? We got to get the playoffs set first, Van. Damn. Can we get the play-in done? Because if Steph end up sending Bron home,
because
everybody the boys gonna get juiced up over that West Coast.
Oh, I thought you were about to say get juiced up over the Warriors. I'm like, nah, you tripping.
No. That's what I'm saying. But no LeBron in the playoffs?
Right.
Everybody feel like they got a shot.
Yeah. So I think that's important though. That's important. I have my favorite in the East, but we'll see.
My favorite in the East is the Nets. I ain't even gonna leave no suspense right there. Them three cats play together. I don't care if it's I don't know what I said before.
I know. Hey, listeners. Hey, listen to what D Butt just said. Like D Butt don't even know what he be talking about half of the time, and he's not gonna stand on it. I'm glad my man said that. Yo.
I don't know what I said before.
And I
But
told y'all, he is for the moment. For the moment.
But where I stand right now, if 13, 11, Mr. 50, 40, 90 Club 11,
Yeah.
and 7 play together, they my favorite out the East. So it ain't no suspense on that. I mean, they my favorite in the league, honestly.
So you got them. If they
I
play, you
got
got
them.
them winning the chip.
Yeah, I got them winning the chip because Brian gonna have to have it. It's gonna be a tough road. Miss a bunch of time. AD missed a bunch of time. Could it mean his legs gonna be fresher? Maybe. He was looking fresh legged last night. But I don't know. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with that. Nets and 6.
Whoever they play.
Nets and 6. I think I tell you, I got the Suns coming out. So if they get the Suns, it'd probably be over in 5. But Nets right now. I mean, I guess that's my finals right there. Nets and Phoenix.
Nets and Phoenix. Man, I'll holler at y'all after the play in. Because the Nets, they gonna have problems with the Sixers.
Not a chance.
All right.
Not a chance.
All right.
Hey, Pepe.
They play
I'm
no
in it now.
defense.
I'm in it now, baby. I can't be stuck in what I said 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. It's a completely different world now. Bitcoin was worth what 60,000 2 weeks ago. And Elon started talking. Shit, we're in a whole new place, man. So
Man.
where I stand today, off the rails tone, did LeBron complain about the play-in, but he'd be out of it if there was no play-in. Nah, he'd be in the 7th seed.
Nah, he'd be good.
He'd be good right now. Getting ready for the getting ready for the Suns. But it was him talking about it, and it was Draymond. I remember Draymond speaking on it. I don't know if they would, I think early in the year. I think early in the year they were just saying, I don't know if it was motivating him to be playing for a play-in spot, something along those lines. He was kind of like we won championships around here, like worry about no play-in, but now they playing each other. But I mean, that's what better playing game would you want from this season?
Yeah, honestly, that's gonna be beautiful right there.
I wonder what kind of ratings that game gonna do. What else we got though? Trying to move to the NFL.
Let's move to the NFL. Let's move to the NFL, man. We got these rookie mini camps and then OTA starting up.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, I think it was Pat Surtain, the second, came out and was like, I don't have that leverage. I know you spoke on it as well, where some of the young guys would get some bad advice, and I agree with you. And Pat Surtain, the second, was like, I don't have that leverage for me not to be attending these mini camps and these OTAs. Like, I need to be here so I can prove myself. I can learn this system, man. And I tip my hat off to him. Obviously, his old man probably giving him some sound advice. And as a player, and you've been there, is just no way as a rookie you can't be in those meeting rooms and where it's just your peers. Because now for the listeners, when you are at rookie mini camp, when they're giving you that playbook, they're kind of slowing it down for you so you can be able to get it at a pace where you can understand it, because you got to think
especially if you don't have vets there,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right. But when the vets come in, it's like, all right, you gotta you gotta get how you live. Obviously, you're gonna have some rookie meetings once the older guys leave the building. But hats off to him, man, just understanding what he needs to be able to succeed.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because I mean, you're going from, obviously we talk about all the time, the learning curve, going from the college game to the pro game, and you need as much as that hands-on learning as possible. Because once training camp comes around, like Antoine Bethea, Darius Butler, like veteran players, like we hitting the gas, it's rolling, and it ain't no slowing down. So if you're not picking up certain installs, you're not picking up certain things, you could be the more talented player, but you're gonna get left behind because we can't trust you. The coaches can't trust you. Yeah. So when you get in there, for like, if I'm a player, like a young player that don't know what's going on, like it's no other place I need to be than in that city I'm playing in those in the facility in those meetings and those walkthroughs, learning my craft, because like I said, once training camp hit, the vets only need a couple weeks to really get in the, playing football shape, watching what you need to watch, then you on point. But if you're a young cat, man, you are already behind the 8 ball. So I don't know where that advice came from. If it was safety reasons, I could see it. But if not, like it's no reason, if you can't handle the workload of OTAs, like you're in the wrong line of work.
Yeah, no, for sure. But again, like why? I mean, like I guess you just said it. I mean, why would that advice as far as young guys not to?
Hold on, bro. I got static from you.
Hold on. How that sound?
It's a little bit. Tone asked a good question. All right, you there? I think you're good.
I bet.
Yeah, what was you saying?
Nah, I mean, I think you just kind of hit on it. Like, why would you give that advice to a young cat? But you said, like you said, it could be safety reasons, safety issues, but
it could be. What I saw was like, and I'm not sure if it was one person or if it was a PA song, misquoting anybody, but they were basically saying like, we gave y'all a good product of football last year without having to be in the building, with being able to do just virtual things, et cetera, et cetera. But my thing about it is, that's like some people can learn that way. Like I know if I'm learning a new system, if I'm learning a new defense, like I need to walk through it. Like I need to be able to, ask questions to the coach, maybe ask questions to you, somebody sitting next to me, like I need to be able to have those type of interactions. Like just looking at it virtually, sitting through those virtual meetings, I'm not going to be able to pick up and learn a new defense like that without actually walking through it and seeing the moving parts, moving pieces, making those communications. And I feel like that's the case for a lot of players. So I don't understand, why, like I said, outside of safety, I don't understand why that would even be advised or why there's such a strong stance to be taken on it. Like I that's a head scratcher for me.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I probably knew a handful of people that could really see it on the board and go outside and run through it and don't make any mistakes.
Yeah.
Again, I rarely seen that. I was the type of person where, playing the safety position, you have to communicate, so you have to be on your P's and Q's at all times. So knowing where the nickel was at, knowing where the backers was fitting at, like you said, I needed to walk through there.
For sure.
Walk through those things just so I could be at my best. So
yeah, I mean, you usually don't get to a point where you don't need that unless once you get into a defense, you got those reps.
Yeah,
like that's when you know exactly what's going on, ins and outs of it. But when you're learning that defense, or shit, you just learning how to play in the NFL, like you learning different terminology, like splits, numbers, formations, how we identify personnel is going to be different. Just everything. Like you need to be in and around it. I'm sure they're doing a good job, especially at this point virtually, because you adapt. But I just don't think you can compare the two. Now somebody asked a question. Tone asked a question.
Yeah.
He said, "Could you explain being in shape and being in football shape?"
Man, being in shape, right? So I could be in shape and I could go run 2 miles, right? Under 10 minutes. You be like, damn, like you in shape. Or I could go out in the field and I could run some hundreds under a certain time and run multiple of those hundreds and be like, damn, you in shape. But then I can go out there on the football field with a helmet, shoulder pads on, and back pedal, brake, that wear and tear on your legs. I'm speaking from a DB perspective. The back pedaling, the wear and tear on your legs, the heat. You got to think about running a 9 route, a receiver running a go route. You coming back and they going no huddle, and now that receiver runs you on a post, and now you got to come back and line up again. You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay,
getting a run fit.
Getting a run fit. Now you tackling the 235-pound running back coming downhill, right? So it's those type of things where you have to get your hips right. You got to get your hips right. Like that's football shape. Getting your hips right. Your groins might get sore your first couple of days just because you haven't been doing a lot of planting and breaking, turning and running and things of that nature. So it's just more to just being able to run, but it's just everything that comes with the game, the wear and tear of your body, just getting right.
Yeah, you summed it up. Like you said, that shape you could run a Spartan race, or run up. And me, what I did in the off season was hoop. I always hoop, and that gave me the utmost cardio. But it's nothing like working them little muscles in your legs, like you said, the little muscle in your back, your core, different things. And then when you're thinking so hard and you're working at the same time, like that kind of mentally and physically drains you to an extent. So you got to train your body to be able to go through that, that 3-4 second play, then be able to reset, get another play, and go back to it and do it again. And then like that you got to train your body and your mind and do that. And the only way you can do that is by doing it. Like you can simulate as much as you want, but until I'm really in the coverage and I got to adjust the coverage, and then I got to figure out, how I'm gonna guard Ty or Reggie Wayne in practice in a split, 4 or 5 seconds, and then reset and do it again. Like that's the only way you can train that. So that's the difference of being in football. I'm sure basketball, soccer, whatever it is, it's nothing like actually playing and getting those real reps.
No question. Boy, it'll be times. It'll be times you like you said, a receiver going a 9 route, you trying to defend the deep ball, right? And then you got to come up and you got to tackle Fred Taylor, right?
Yeah.
And then you line back up, and now you get 2 motions. You get 1 motion, then you get another motion, and now you thinking like, damn, what am I supposed to be in? You tired. And then boys looking at you like, yo, what we in? Like,
yeah.
Man, I had a brain fart. Like, I don't know.
And then if it's a long drive, you got a 8-9 play drive. Now you got multiple people kind of, getting a little gas, getting a little winded. Communication ain't the same. Calls not getting from one side of the field all the way across to the other and back.
Man, I'll never forget, bro. We had a no huddle drive in Denver. Mm-hmm. We was in Denver. It was probably like an 11-play drive, man, and they marching down the field. So we like, yo, we gotta get a stop. We gotta get incomplete or something where we can make this clock stop us. And it was probably like play like 8 or 9, and GB in the huddle. And boy, he's so tired. He got his mouthpiece in. He getting the call in his helmet, and we barking at him because he tired. He can't give us a call. But it was like, man, like everybody. Now you looking at the film, everybody got their hands on their hips, man. But it was just one of them things where like that Mile High just put another element on it. Whereas a no huddle, man, it was crazy.
It get ugly, man. That's why we had that Mayday call. We when your linebacker, somebody got gloss out, whoever supposed to be making your calls, hey, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Yeah. Everybody know exactly what coverage or what play that is. But man, like you said, the only way you can be ready for that shit is if you train for it. Sometimes even when you get in that game, there's certain things you can't train for, there's certain things you can't practice, there's certain things that only happen on game days. So those guys that can adjust, that have to have really put the time and the work in to build that foundation, I think. And sometimes that foundation is really just built with time. But the people that can build that and build on top of that as the season goes on, make corrections, evolve throughout the season, those are the teams that's usually, in and at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, oh, man. What else we got? We got so the Tebow signing still isn't done yet down in Jacksonville, but they're still making some other news. Urban Meyer speaking on his roster. Now, to go back in time a little bit, I wasn't a fan of the Urban Meyer hire out of the gate. I wasn't a fan of. Were you? Did you like that hire by the Jacksonville Jaguars?
It was up in the air for me. I'm not gonna say I disliked it, but I wasn't a huge fan of it either.
Yeah, just because for me, it was because of how he left the last places. Just kind of accountability things, and then he's kind of been a career college coach, and then coming to the NFL, just wasn't big on it. But he's made some. So he came out and said the corner that they drafted top of the 2nd round. I don't know why. I think his last name is Campbell out of Georgia. Mm-hmm. He said he's going to be working him at the slot and on the outside. So basically coaching them up to play this, basically double coaching them.
Yeah.
Immediately, I'm like, no, terrible idea. Like as a corner, as a player, period, you trying to come in. We just talked about, not even being in the building as much. You're trying to learn one position. That's hard enough mentally. And now you're trying to put an extra position on a rookie. I immediately said that's a big, big mistake. How you feel about that?
I think it depends on the player.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on the player. I've seen rookies come in and being able to handle that, right? Obviously, I think it depends on the type of defense that you're going to be running. How detailed is this defense? Like, is it going to be multiple? I mean, it just depends on the
They do
defense.
have a nickel coach, which I don't know how many teams in the league do, but when I looked at, when he hired the staff, they do have a
Yeah,
coach that specifically
because
coaches the
that
slot nickels.
that position is very important for the defense.
Very,
Might be the most important position on the field, honestly
yeah,
speaking. So again, I
especially in
think
the passing game.
yeah, I mean, shit in the run game too, because
Yeah,
that nickel, you gotta be in there and run support. So for me, I just think
yep.
it depends on the player. I definitely feel what you're saying as far as that could be too much on a young player coming in. So again, if it was, I'm thinking about Gerard Powers, right? When
Mm-hmm.
Gerard Powers came to our team as a rookie, like he was ahead of his time, and you could give him whatever he needed to do, whatever you needed to do for him to be on the defense.
He was
He
gonna know
came
his
out.
shit.
He came out the next day. He was gonna know his shit, and it was gonna be. He was playing like a 3-year, 4-year vet as a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I just think it just depends on that player. Now, if you see this player is coming out and he busting coverage at corner, he busting coverages at nickel, I think you gotta wean that back a little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean, shit, you kind of said it with Justin Fields. Shit, throw him in that 5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's what I'm
shit.
saying. I don't mind throwing him in that 5-1 position, but 2, and I mean it's tough. That slot position is tough because, like you said, you're a part of the run game and the pass game. Like
Yeah.
you can be a primary run support player.
Mm-hmm.
At corner, you're not really primary run support. Like you use the secondary run support, and you're learning at the cornerback position. That's a pretty easy position to learn mentally. Like I know I'm in thirds, I know I'm in quarters, I know I'm in squat, whatever it is. But actually, like picking up the little nuances, the splits, the line, all those different things, that's tough. So to give him that and the slot stuff, like you said, you got experience being around a rookie that can handle that. I can't remember being around a rookie that can handle knowing and playing those positions. And especially if he coming in as a first year head coach in the NFL, like you haven't even seen him do what 3 weeks in off season and say, all right, we could put some more on this guy plate. I think it's just I don't agree with that one, but we're gonna see how it turn out. Hopefully he can handle it and he doing whatever he needs to do to get on that field from the player
Yeah.
standpoint. But I don't think that's smart from a coaching wise.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. Like you said, one thing I do think it depends on the player if he can handle that. But like you said, it can be a lot because I mean we got players that just that's all they do is play the slot.
I
You know
know
what I mean?
that's a
Yeah.
fact. Now
Yeah.
when you draft a player like that, they played corner. You know what I mean? They played corner. Even if they come in the league in their slot, they played corner, so they got those skills. And I mean, I watched a few of Campbell's games. In fact, he from the crib. He not really a slot guy to me. Like, I don't even
Mm-hmm.
see him in that light, honestly. And I'm really thinking about it. But I mean, we shall see. Like I said, they got a slot coach, so maybe he sees something in him that he feel like he want to work with or have him in
Yeah.
there. But Urban also made news with Travis Etienne, his first round pick, cross training him at wide receiver
Right.
for most of
For
rookie
slot.
mini camp. Now we know the biggest issue with running backs coming into the league is learning how to pass pro.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's gonna be a guy that I expect to be a part of the pass game, obviously Robinson told it to rock, carried the load last year, but I expect ETN to be a part of the pass game, some pass pro. Why the hell you got this dude playing all wide receiver, man? Like that's how you feel about that one. Oh, Herb Wilder, man. Oh, AB froze over there, or is that me? Hold on, let me see. Oh, AB might be. AB might be out of there for now. But yeah, I don't agree with that. Urban is is wild. He drafted a guy in the first round at running back to cross train him at wide receiver. Even if Robinson is going to be the lead back, take majority of the carries. Obviously, you're going to work Travis in there and get some carries, but like you want him to have the ability, no pass protection, learn the scheme. If you draft him to play wide receiver and that's where he plays, that's one thing. But you have wide receivers on the on the board at that point in the game. So why not go out there and do that? But what the hell do we know, man? But I'm gonna give y'all. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. Tap in with AB real quick. Y'all know I gotta hit y'all with the countdown. One more time.
D-Buck went on the old man break. My shit started tripping.
Yo.
Yeah.
Back, cousin?
I'm back, baby.
Got that Teddy Riley. Oh, man. But yeah, we were I gotta know how to fix that countdown to where I could put it on different times, man. But where was we at, man? What was the under, man? Hold on, what did I miss? They said the over under. That wasn't even that wasn't an old man break. That was I had to go check on the kids. Kids be out here skipping school, y'all.
Skipping school, man.
Watch your kids with this distance learning.
Man, my daughter, man, she fed up with it. Like, shit, she got one more week.
Yeah, they at the end. They've actually had to go inside the school to do some testing. My oldest.
You was nervous? Nah, y'all in Florida. Y'all ain't nervous. Y'all with the shits out there.
we big with the shits out here.
Y'all with the shits out there.
Betters. But yeah, I wasn't too nervous. I was actually glad for, to just be able to see her friends. Talk to some of the friends. She's seen some of them, but because I couldn't imagine that as a kid. Going this long without the school experience, and that was just so normal. So it's been crazy for them.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that growing up, bro. I would have went crazy.
Man, I don't know how my kids stay locked in.
But my mom and the job, and my mom and pops, they jobs. I know they was going into work.
Fact. So my parents actually pulled us out of school in 7th grade when I was in was I in 7th? No, I was in 8th grade. So my 8th grade year, I was getting in trouble in school, and then my younger brother, Real, was in 6th grade. I'm getting in trouble. He getting in trouble too. So my mom was a part of the school system, part of Broward County school system, and she was like, "You're not about to embarrass. You're not about to keep embarrassing me." Pulled our ass out of school middle of the year. After I got in trouble again, so we was done homeschool. This is before cell phones, social media, all that. So we was home. So my dad, they had the teacher certification. My pops would come home and he'll be slumped like most of the day. So it'd just be a little bro. Yeah. We run into the stores and shit, just doing little random stuff. We get cops get us for truancy. I don't even know what truancy is. I'm like, look, we at homeschool. They're like, yeah, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. We went, man, that whole year, that whole 8th grade year, half of my 9th grade year, straight homeschool, bro. I was begging to go back to school.
Yeah.
Any school, bro. I had homework so bad.
Yeah, your ass won't acting up no more.
Well, what? I said, bro, I'll never get in trouble again. I promise you. And end up going. That's how I ended up at the small charter school that I went to, Coral Springs Charter. And I think they had been around for 3 years, maybe at the time.
So what you had? How many classmates you had in your class in the new charter school?
Oh man, it was like I said, it was like year 3. So it was smaller than public schools for sure. So like public schools was like 30, big public school, like 40 something maybe kids in the class. And here it was like around 20. Like around 20 was the class size. But like the teams were just getting started. I played football. I didn't play football in my junior year. I was the first Division I athlete from the school.
Right.
So that was crazy. But yeah, I had an interesting school experience. So I can understand a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
At least they got phones and shit. But what else we got, y'all? What was we talking about when you left off?
What was we talking about? What was we talking about? Nickel and corner play?
Oh yeah, talking about Urban.
Nickel and corner.
Urban.
No, we were talking about Travis, how he had them repping in the slot, and you was just talking about with running backs coming in, pass pro, and all that. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with that.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. He's doing too much, man. He doing too much. I'm gonna post a 2-minute video today. Because I know you saw the comments at Teddy Bridgewater. We talk about that?
No, we didn't. How they ain't practice 2 minutes. And what was it? 2 minutes and what else?
Red zone.
And red zone.
Yeah, have you ever been around something like that?
Nah, not at all. All the good every team I've been on, you focus on 2 minute. Thursdays typically, and red zone. It's typically Thursday, and you touch back on it on Friday. So you got to be good in those areas to win games in the NFL, because that's what typically most of your games gonna come down to.
Yep.
2 minute, 2 minute in the right before the half at the end of the game, and then obviously red zone. So
yep, you setting for field goals and you punching it in.
Yeah, and if you got a good red zone offense or defense, man, that kind of goes to show, like, if you're good on that side of the ball, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That's for sure, man. These kids are definitely off the chains.
Yeah, man.
What else we got, man? What y'all got? Y'all got any questions? We got 10 more minutes.
We got about 10 minutes.
Got 10 minutes. Justin Fields, they still coming out saying Andy Dalton gonna be the starter. Why are they lying to the Bears fan like this?
All I'm gonna say is, like I said before, if the young boy's not ready, man, don't throw him in that fire. Obviously, if he's ready, he's doing his thing, put him in there. But if he's not ready,
all right, let's say Antoine Bethea is the defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts.
Right.
And I draft a safety, number 11.
Right.
Most physically gifted safety in the draft. Is Antoine Bethea gonna have that safety ready to play week 1 as a coordinator?
Yeah. Oh, speaking on me, yeah, I'm gonna have him right.
This is what they get paid the big bucks for. Matt Nagy's an offensive genius, an offensive guy. You gotta have this guy ready. But
all I'm just keeping it buck. I'm not wishful thinking here. We've been in places. I don't know if you've been in places, but we've seen where just saying we talking about a safety, you might got a DB coach or a defensive coordinator who might not be able to get this young man ready.
But this is what I'm saying. The head coach is the offensive play caller in this situation.
I understand that.
it's all on you. Like your job on the line as a coordinator. Like it ain't like your first year as a coordinator. Your job's on the line. Head coach, defensive coordinator. You just drafted the most talented. I don't care what position, defensive player in the draft. I gotta make sure that dude ready. I don't care if I gotta sit in the meetings with him.
I agree with you. I'm not saying I disagree with you. Like the coach, that's what you get paid to do. All I'm saying is just be real with the situation, assessing the situation when it's time to have that quarterback, whoever's going to take that first snap in the regular season. All I'm saying is if he's not ready to lead that team day one, game one, snap one, don't put him out there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with you saying that the coach should not. I'm not disagreeing with you saying that the coach should be able to get him ready. Yeah, that's his job, 1,000%. And I agree with you. He should have him ready. But
the job's on the line. His butt is on the line. So that shit better get done, man.
I get it. If
he anything like Antoine Bethea, he gonna have Justin Fields ready. And he gonna play.
From what I seen last year, we a little different. We're a little different.
Mitch might have just been that trash, man. He might have just been that garbage. But what's this? Boom. Michael Ward, real question. What's greater, coach keeping their job or playing young players? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by what's greater?
That's what I was gonna ask.
I need that reworded.
Because a lot of times
go ahead, bro.
I was saying because a lot of times the guy above the head coach might take it out of his hands. Like the head coach, like, yo, I want to keep my job, but the guys above him, like, look, we want to see these young guys out here.
But this is what I'm saying. So the owner, they're probably the only team in the league that hasn't had a 4,000-yard passer in team history. The owner wants him out there. He took him in 11 in the draft. The owner wants him on the field as soon as possible. The general manager, he needs the quarterback to work out after the fiasco, drafting Mitch Trubisky, passing on Deshaun Watson, passing on Mahomes. He needs this for his job. And the head coach, offensive guy, same thing. So they got to collectively come together and put whatever they got to put around Fields to be ready. And it's not like they're working with, a bum. We at least know he has the physical talent. From what I see on film, he looks like a guy that's prepared, that's a smart quarterback that knows how to play the game of football. I mean, it's on them. It's obviously on the player, but it's on them to put him in good situations to
succeed,
to carry that team to succeed, and for that team to succeed. Like,
no question.
Figure that out, man.
No question. But all I'm saying is I've seen situations where everybody think it's a no-brainer, and you come around and it's not working out like you thought it would. But again, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying, like, if the young man's not ready, don't throw him out there week 1, game 1. That's me.
I got you. So obviously, I believe yes. Is this a bet? Is this a prop bet? I need to find a prop bet on Justin Fields if there's one out there. But what did Nakiba Walker said something? You cannot replicate that game time speed in practice. They can't even touch quarterbacks in practice for sure. It's a different ball game as a quarterback. You got that pressure on. You got people. We can't even be around the quarterback. The starting quarterback. You mess around, be around them, and they follow through and they break a finger on your helmet or something.
Yeah. Do you guys think coaching matters more in the NFL or in college, or same difference?
I'd probably say same difference. What you say? Well, if you accumulate more talent in college, which you can be the significantly more talented player in college.
Right.
So, yeah,
I would say NFL.
Yeah.
As far as like that. And it is not. It is coaching, but as far as like scheme wise and adjustments and things of that nature, I think that in the big leagues, that plays a big difference.
And
A
the
huge difference.
well, this is probably same. It's probably a little, yeah, I would say equally as important. The culture you said,
Yeah,
in that team, in that locker room, on the college level, and then on the professional level. Because on the professional level, on the college level, it's more on the coaches to set the culture, and then you got a good team. The players carry that out. On the
mm-hmm.
pro level, it's the same thing, but it's even more important that the players set their own culture and their own boundaries within their meeting rooms, within their practices, and how they let shit go. Because, coming into a meeting room with Bethea in there, like, you're not about to be bullshitting in the meetings. Like, we're not about to be, talking when the coach talking, not paying attention. If you're not on
Yeah,
point, when we call on you to say, hey, what's your communication here? You just, that's the culture that's set by those players. Because the
for
coach is
sure.
going to say certain things, but if it's a player that's drafted in the first round, or a big money free agent or something, he getting paid more than that coach. So it's on those players in that room and that culture to hold them accountable. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm with AB on that one. I think coaching would definitely matter on NFL level more, just because you can have such a huge gap and difference in talent on the college level.
It's funny you say that, right? So I was sitting with Greg Jones the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was in Jayville with Freddie T, with MJD or whatever the case may be. And I was just talking about as far as when you have a new coach, or when you have a coach, and say you're that lead guy in your particular room, and when that coach can coach you hard,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to accept that coaching, it makes it easier for everybody in the room. It makes it easier for that coach. So Greg was like, look, he was like, we had no choice but to take the coaching, because Freddie T was that dude, and the coach was on Freddie T just as hard as he was on the rest of the guys. You know what I
And
mean?
he
And
took
Freddie
and he
T
took
took the
that.
coaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, that, like you said, that's just that culture that you're setting in those particular rooms.
Yeah. That's
This is
that's definitely important.
this is a good question right here. I think we had talked about it once before.
Well, I got a
Earlier.
question. I got a question for you though before we even get to this. So I
What's
came
good?
into the league, and that was kind of the environment that Brady took hard coaching. I don't know if him and Belichick had conversations beforehand, like, hey, I'm gonna cut your ass out in the meeting today. Because I done had
Yeah.
coaches tell me, hey, I'm gonna get on you about something today. Like, they'll give
Yeah.
me their heads up. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
tripping, coach. It is what
Right.
it
Right.
is.
Right.
But even if they did it that way, but Brady was always coached hard, and obviously he was hard on, not hard, but like everybody was held to the same standard.
Yep.
Was it like that with Peyton, or because I didn't experience that anywhere else with quarterbacks with big time players? But was he like coached hard like that, or it didn't go down like that?
Um, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say he was like called out and like. I think. I mean, obviously, just like Tom, what I mean, he was just probably his harshest critic. You know what I'm saying? Just being hard on himself as a player. It definitely was. In team meetings when we going over, say, the game or whatever. It's like, look, we can't turn this ball over. We can't make this type of pass, whatever the case may be. But it wasn't nothing like glaring, like, yo, they was paused, like they was on P today. Like it wasn't like
Man,
that.
Belichick, I remember the first time he came in there, training camp practice, pulling up plays with Brady, missing open guys. If if we had a quarterback that could hit a wide open tight end, we'll be all right. We'll be able to win some ball
Yeah.
games
So
this year.
I think that was like we would say pre-recorded. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think I had to,
But I mean, it was that was a common thing. Wes Welker. I remember when he had made some comments about I think Rex Ryan or something. Like, he was kind of hinting at something with Rex Ryan. Y'all can look it up. And then he made a comment about leadership or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, Belichick was like, you talking about this or that? You leading the league in drops. Like, so Belichick, anybody could get it in that meeting. I would probably say Moss, probably Vince Wilfork was probably the two guys who he didn't really mess with like that. But outside of that, anybody could get it. But they coach themselves, you know. If they jumped off sides, something. Vince jumped off sides, he put his hand up and he taking a lap around the field. Like you ain't got to get on him. Like he just, you know what I mean. But it'd be a lot of funny shit I'd be thinking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know you had a question on. Yeah.
We had talked about this before. Like when we first started the pod, would you prefer to have a ball hawk corner like Marcus Peters, J.C. Jackson, Xavier Howard, or lockdown corners like J. Alexander and Jalen Ramsey? And if I remember correctly, I think you had said ball hawk, and I was like lockdown.
Give me Zon.
And I was like a lockdown corner. Give me like a Dion, like a Pat P in his prime.
Let's see, Dion was both.
Yeah, he was, but I mean, more so lockdown. When you talk about it, you kind of talk about Dion being that lockdown where it's like, okay, I can put Dion on this guy, and we can X this guy out of the game plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking on like a defensive coordinator aspect, creating a game plan,
and that's why.
And even like
the one. Because he did both at that. Like when I think about Prime, you think about him lockdown. I think about him like, shit, he probably gonna get in the end zone this game. Like Peters, like, you know, Talib, Zont. You know, them guys jumping some shit. Like Revis was locked down, but I didn't expect Revis to get, you know, pick 6.
But it's like for me, it's like when you talk about the defense, like a Revis, man, like he cuts like a half the field down. So It's like now I can do so much more with the other players on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like I can add a guy in the box or something if we going against a team that's running. I can roll my coverage. Like it's so much other stuff that I can do. And not
so you go with lockdown.
I'm gonna go with lockdown.
Yeah, I want that rock. I want that Taylor. Turn that Taylor. Xavier Howard, I mean, once again, I feel like he was both last year, but he had 10 picks. If you coming out getting me like a champ, you know, 8, 9, 10 piece, 7, 8, 9, like Zont, give me that. I want them extra possessions. Give me that. Champ Bailey. I don't think Champ Bailey underrated. He was first ballot.
He was first ballot, but he as far as media wise, who cares about the media? I mean, I think a lot of people might, but I think media wise, I'm not.
You're part of the media.
I'm not. I got my podcast, but I'm not.
You got a podcast.
I'm not part of the media
member. You can get credentialed at the Super Bowl this year.
I can, but I'm nah, and that's what I'm. Nah, I'm not gonna be that. I'm not gonna be nah. But I think as far as like people talking about corners, I don't think Champ gets talked about like he should. Yes, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I don't think he gets talked about like he should.
Yeah, agreed. 12-time Pro Bowler, most ever by DB. Champ's definitely a GOAT, first ballot Hall of Famer. But somebody asked a question about, we're going to get to it next episode, about that 4th and 2 game. What was the meetings like after that 4th and 2 game versus y'all, my rookie year? So hopefully I definitely remember to answer that one. But
shit, I
appreciate y'all. I know y'all was hype, boy.
Man, what?
Belichick, hey. One thing they ain't gonna ever be able to say about me is that I was scared.
Hey, shout out to my guy Melvin Bullock.
What a play!
What a play! He damn, I think he tore his labrum on that shit too, or shoulder popped out of his
what
or something.
Play.
And before we get out of here too, man, shout out to the OG man, Robert Mathis. He'll be inducted into the Colts Ring of Honor this season.
Yes, sir.
I forgot the exact date, but it's when Tampa Bay comes into town.
November 28th.
November 28th, man. So shout out to the OG Robert Mathis, man. 98.
All-time strip sack leader.
All that, man. I know
HBCU legend.
All that good stuff. I know I'll definitely be in the building for that.
Oh, yeah. I see you there, brother.
Yes, sure.
All right, we out of here. Y'all know what to do.
Peace.
Gone.